I can't believe I'm wheeling right now and talking to you. Okay, so we are going 52, 53.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Colorado Caddy, and we are back with another one.
You and I know you ain't about that life.
We're actually back with another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're actually back with another 5. So what I'm gonna do today, I get a lot of questions about my bikes. What bikes I have, what's my favorite to ride, how I feel when I'm riding them. I've never put them all into one video. So let's get some riding in on all these bikes today. We'll talk about what my favorite things are about them, what the things I don't like. Not full-blown reviews, just let's go.
All right, so we got the helmet on. We are ready to get this started. Let's go ahead and start out with my Light Bee. This is a 2023 Suron Light Bee. This is the bike that I rode from Colorado to Texas. Since then, it's been completely overhauled, running a BAC 8000, 72 volt, 42 amp hour battery. We just put the Supermotos on. Big shout out to Emoto Works. It has changed the game for me. I'll explain that in just a second. Got the shift lock, powder coated by We Coated, of course. Next up, I think we'll do the RFN. This is a 2024 RFN Aries. This bike is, that's a lot of fun. We have the Roadrunner Pro here from Voro Motors. And then we got the Evox Dragster. It is charging up right now, so it should be ready by the time we're ready to ride it. I also just, finally y'all, I added a little razor to the collection. This thing needs a whole bunch of work, needless to say. So it probably won't be any ride outs anytime soon. But I'm super stoked to start saving up and start working on that. Guys, I want to do a really long ride on a little bike. That's all I want to do. That's what I mean, I'm dying to do it. I got to do it. But yeah, we got some frames over there too. Obviously not going to be test riding those. Let's get the Light Bee out. I'm starting with this bike just because there's so many people that talk about how bad they want a 72 volt Suron. This is basically what everyone compares bikes to. This is the creme de la creme, in my opinion. All right, y'all, so like I was just saying, I did just put Supermotos on. We put the 17-inch Supermotos on this bike, and I am loving it. Now, you know what I'm saying? This is, if you guys been watching me for a while, you know I've been having a little bit of problems with the wheelies. In the wheelie department, you know? But I mean, I got these Sumos on now, and I feel like I'm really learning this shit, you know? Like I'm almost getting it, and I'm really, really happy about it because I can finally learn some control and go out and wheelie with the boys next time I see them, you know what I'm saying? So 72 volt Suron, Supermotos on it, that's for one thing. It's for wheelies. You know, there's really no way around it. It makes for a super smooth ride. And I have thought about now running Sumos maybe if I do another Suron long distance ride. And the only reason I say if is because I don't know what bike I'm gonna be on my next long distance ride. As previously mentioned, I would really like to do a mini coast to coast. That's what I want to do. Either my Roadrunner or a Razor. Let me know in the comments right now what you would rather see. Would you rather see me ride a Roadrunner cross country or a Razor cross country? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. We did also just have a really good weekend with Suron Dave. We had Dylan Thompson come down for the Electrify Expo. Those expos are so much fun. Led a huge group ride, as y'all know. That's what I do. I put together really big rides in cities where I'm not necessarily from. I really love what I went on Electrify Expo for, and the reason I got on with the Electrify Expo crew was specifically so that I could just lead group rides, host organized group rides. It's been an absolute blast. But anyways, let's get back to the bikes. Again, like I was saying, I believe a 72 volt Suron it's a ripper. I mean, I could jump out on the highway right now and just go. This bike will do around 70 miles an hour. I mean, it's running a BAC 8000 power kit from Motoclops. Probably, in my opinion, one of the best BAC tunes you can get. It'll... And if anyone's wondering like what settings I'm using or anything like that, I am riding actually in I'm riding in eco mode right now. That was pretty cool. That threw me off. Sorry guys, I'm not used to having people actually like watch my wheelies and stuff. I've never had wheelies that were good enough to make people stop and stare, but like you seen right there, I mean, that was like full-blown stunner right there. You know, like, watch out stunners. Nah, I'm just playing, y'all know I'm just playing. It's funny because the majority of the stunt community is the homies. Matter of fact, let's stop this whole thing right now and just give a big shout out to the whole Suron, Talaria, E-Moto stunt scene. I fucking love y'all. For real, I fucking love y'all. I know y'all could be a menace sometimes, but I freaking love y'all, man. The amount of love y'all have shown is unreal. And everybody talking shit about how stunners are assholes and whatnot. Man, y'all just gotta get to know people. You know what I'm saying? Woohoo! But yeah, shout out to the whole community, actually. I have absolutely, obviously I'm doing this video, I have absolutely fallen in love with E-Motos, with the culture, with the community, with just everything about these bikes. Drives me nuts. I freaking love them. My wife loves them, kids love them. This is where it's at. I do not recommend supermotos and stuff for off-road dirt riding. We will take the RFN back through. The RFN is where the dirt riding is. So maybe next we'll take off the RFN. That's what we're gonna get on next. I'm actually just gonna say when I want something super reliable, I'll pull out my Suron, but I really don't have a bike that's not reliable. I mean, except for the Razor I just got. But so now what I'm pulling the Suron out for is really just like wheelies and street riding. I mean, I can't believe I'm wheeling right now and talking to YouTube. Like that just went through my head and it kind of threw me off. It messed up my wheelies in. Just because I'm not used to being able to do that, guys. I think this is my first video where I'm just wheeling around and talking to you guys. But I've been putting in a bunch of work on the Suron since I got the Sumos. It just really gave me that confidence to be able to put my feet down for a minute, learn where the balance point was at, learn brake modulation, and boom. Another thing that had a lot to do with that, honestly, was me riding the minis. My buddy Waylon, who you've heard me talk about in a few other videos, he has a Razor that I am insanely in love with. It's honestly, for me, it is the best feeling bike that I have ever been on. Just for my size, wheelies, for just everything. So I learned a lot of throttle control and brake modulation really fast on that bike. So we're gonna run back over to the house right now. We're gonna grab the RFN. We're gonna switch that out. We're gonna go rip some dirt trails on that bike. And then, yeah, I'll explain to you guys why I like that bike. Overall, for my Suron, this is what I use it for. Is when I have to go far, you'll see me at a lot of group rides on this bike. This bike will get about 60, 70 miles per charge. And that's when I'm riding it how I ride it. I do wheelie and stuff in Eco 7. Eco 7 is my safe place on this bike. That is my favorite, probably, mode or whatever you want to call it on this particular bike. I'll get going about 50 miles an hour in Eco 7. It's strong enough to pop the bike up, but it's not overly torquey to where I feel like I'm gonna constantly loop. Yeah. All right, let's go grab the other bike. All right, so we are now on the big bad RFN. Now this bike is a monster, let me tell you that. This is basically a stock setup, except I am running the Shinko 244s, and it does have the tune for Motoclops. Now, what I love about this bike is this is the bike that if you just want to go do some big stuff on, some big off-roading, some ditch riding, just some crazy big stuff, this is what you want to bring out. This is the heavy hitter, especially for someone my size. And I guess I should have clarified that in the beginning of this video. For y'all that don't know me, which is probably a lot of people because this is the internet and I'm not that well known. But for those that don't know me, I am only about, I'm like 5'7", 5'6", 135 pounds. So I'm not the biggest person. I've tried out Ultra Bs. I've tried out a lot of the other bigger E-motos. And in 100% honesty, it was just too much bike for me. The Starks are a little bit too much bike for me for what I do. I'm not crazy out there in the wilderness. I'm not trying to, if I want something huge, guys, I'm gonna go buy a gas bike. I like the portability and I like the smallness, the size of electric stuff. Like I said, this is the bike that you wanna go grab when you have some off-road stuff to do, when you just know you're about to get into the gnar, hence the gnar. Oh, this trail ends? I don't know what this trail does. Oh, this is neat. Okay, pretty sure that's just gonna end up in the lake though. Oh, there's a carcass. That's crazy. So I wonder what is over here. Obviously something's over. Oh yeah, the best thing about this big old bike is that it does have reverse. I forgot about that. So I just reversed myself out of here. See, and it's big, so like, you just make your own way. I love me some minis, but, oh. I mean, let's be honest, weeds that big feel like that on the minis. Oh, and the lake is high today. Wow. No bueno, woohoo. But yeah, so RFN, this bike you can get from Motoclops. Use my code Colorado Caddy. I highly suggest getting the tune that goes with this bike. See, one of the things I do dislike about it is the same thing I like about it, which is the size. However, my 14-year-old stepdaughter rides this bike quite often. It's actually almost more her bike than it is my bike. And she whips it around like it's nothing. She's just gotten very, very used to it. This is not that bike that doesn't draw attention. It obviously draws a lot of attention. Don't worry, it's not a real motorcycle. Sorry, y'all have an amazing day. See, it's terrifying to people. And I know a lot of people that are gonna watch this video are like, hell yeah, that mean looking bike. But man, I don't like scaring people. I like loving people. I like making people smile. Oh, but this bike makes me smile. Again, if you guys are gonna pick up an RFN, make sure you check out motoclops.com. Right here, use code Colorado Caddy. They do a super sweet custom tune on the bike. That is what I have on mine. And oh yeah, I definitely would say it's a must. You have 3 different power modes on this bike. You have Rabbit, which I like to stay in. You have Turtle, and you have Rocket mode, which for about a minute straight will give you 15 kilowatts to the motor, and it is a lot to handle. It is a lot of fun. So yeah, if you just want that extra boost of power, this thing also has a 74 volt, 43 amp hour battery, which keeps me going for about 50 miles. Woohoo. This is real world riding, guys. Like I said, I legit commute a lot on these bikes. So if you're ever wondering what kind, yeah, I legit commute a lot on these bikes. So I typically know the range quite well. Again, this is the 2024 RFN Aries. Let's go grab another one. Now, like I was just talking about, aesthetically, it is a mean looking bike. That is just a good looking bike. Look at that thing. It's absolutely beautiful, but that's a straight dirt bike, y'all. There's no way around it. There's no, this is an e-bike. There's no none of that. RFN is a straight electric dirt bike. And a really good one at that too. And while we're over here, let's just pay some admiration to Priscilla's bike. Thing is beautiful with the gold titanium bolt kit. Man, I love it. All right, let's go. Okay, so right now we are on the Voro Motors Roadrunner Pro, and this thing is nuts. This little itty bitty sit-down scooter that's what's classified, sit-down scooter. I consider it my little mini bike. But yeah, this thing is crazy. I mean, check it out. Look, look, look. I love it for running around. I love it for going to the store. I love it for getting outside. But what I love it most for is how fast it is. If you're not familiar with these things, you're probably looking at it and you're like, that little thing is fast. Yeah, we're about to go on a highway where the speed limit is 50 miles an hour right up here. Just so I can show you guys a little bit about how fast it is. Now, the thing with this little scooter is the brakes are, I've worn down the pads pretty bad on this and I need to replace them. So I haven't had it out. And then my stepson used this bike this weekend up at Electrify Expo. So I really shouldn't be getting on it as much as I'm about to, but let's go. As you can see, 50 mile an hour highway, we are on it. And right now I am going, what's the speed limit? I'm trying to keep it, look at the speed limit. But as you can, oh, that ABS is really good. I turned on ABS because my brake pads are down. This thing has so many different options that you can use it. But we are now going, let's pass these cars actually. Okay, so we are going 52, 53, 54 miles per hour, 55. Whoa. Obviously we had to slow down for that. But so you see, I got it up to 55 and we still had room to go. The little thing is crazy. But another thing I do love about this, like I just said, is the portability of this thing. The maneuverability. Look, so we were just going that fast, right? What we can do now is we can go down to single motor, because in single motor it's not going to take off like a rocket on you, and you can just literally just whip around. Like, it's so quiet. Nobody minds this little thing at all. Not in the least of bits. See? Hey, so can I ask you a question? So, I mean, obviously you work at an auto parts store, so you do like motors and stuff, but was me just riding past you less annoying than if I was on a gas dirt bike?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. You have an amazing day. See, guys, that's the thing is, I'm not, I don't want it to seem like I'm bashing gas bikes. I love bikes in general. I have a lot of respect for all the gas bike guys. It's nuts. However, when it comes down to how we like to ride our PEVs, I mean, PEVs are so that we can go do things like this. We can just go in and out of the little stuff, all the places we want to go. We can pull right up to the store if we want to, anything. And the sound and the smell of gas is just, it's not for me. Now, let me show you, like I was showing you with Supermotos. This little thing isn't horrible off-road, but it's definitely not made for the off-roads. It does have full suspension, however, unlike the Dragster, which you guys will see here in just a minute. Ooh. But still, the Roadrunner is definitely one of my favorite PEVs I have ever been on. I will always say that. It's just, there's nothing else like this little thing. It's so fast, it's so little, it's so capable. So if you do not care about riding wheelies and you want something small that's crazy, crazy fast and you can go really far on, and has a whole bunch of different options like headlights, taillights, brake lights, super intuitive screen, very user-friendly. Headlights, you want something like that? Roadrunner Pro. right here, www.voromotors.com. Use code Colorado Caddy, save you some money, get you one. Again, and like on my bigger bikes, this is kind of pretty frowned upon, and I would say this is probably the biggest of the bikes that you would want to go as far as taking on to sidewalks at the grocery store and stuff. But it's so freaking quiet, nobody even really notices what's going on. So, eMove Roadrunner Pro for any kind of commuting, honestly, unless it's going to be like dirt road commuting. The thing feels amazing. But as long as it's not like dirt road commuting, in-city commuting, anything that you want to be small enough and chill enough to go up on the sidewalks, but you really want to be able to open it up and go without spending an arm and a leg. These things are only $24.99. I know, guys, that's still $3,000 almost, $2,500, but you get a lot for what you pay for. All right, let's switch bikes. All right, it's dragster time. I just wanted to drop it because I'm not sure if I told you guys, this is a 60 volt, 30 amp hour removable battery. So yes, you can swap batteries in the Roadrunner. Now, for us to swap bikes. The Evox I use for everything. Oh, my balls. Oh, God. But I got some sweet air right there, so I'll take that, not even as a loss. I'll take a good crotch smacking if I get some sweet air. Oh, but see, guys, like I was saying, you take the RFN into some stuff. You can take the little itty bitty bikes through stuff. Obviously, I'm taking it through stuffs right now. But yeah, those things, they're just a rip. But what I use the Evox for a lot is not only little off-road ripping, but it's a little wheelie monster. I mean, that's they have a wheelie bar for this thing, guys. They really do. I've been dragging my feet. I wish I had the wheelie bar. I don't have the wheelie bar, unfortunately. But the only reason I'm dragging my feet is because I'm not like a pro or nothing. But I'm not dragging my feet on all of them. Whatever. Bottom line is that wheel, see? And you can adjust the aggression right there. So if you're like, oh, that wasn't enough for me, you could get it up again. Oh, I do like it because you can slow them down. You can slow the wheelies down. The throttle is a bit different to get used to. It's not the same as all the other bikes I rode. The throttle, it really has a ramp up process, which is, see, like that right there? I wish that was something Evox would fix. I know you can go on Electro & Co. and Electro & Co. has a kit that I've heard makes these things absolutely completely different as far as the control goes. I really want to get the Electro & Co. one day, but one day being the main part of that. Finances, guys, I'm not rich. You see all these bikes, but don't get shit twisted. Anyways, so yeah, Evox Dragster, it's a 60 volt, 18 amp hour battery. So it's not like a crazy big battery. You're not gonna get a whole bunch of range. You can go back to one of my previous videos and I did do a range test on it. It got a decent amount, it got us to where we needed to go. And that was one of the most important things. I don't know what this is. But yeah, it got us to where we needed to go. And that's what was good. I think it got around 20 miles, I don't know. Go watch the range video for yourself. But if you want something little that you can we literally just throw this thing in the back of a Suburban. I think you could throw it in the back of anything, really. So if you want a little bike that's a little ripper right out of the box, just something you can go putt around on and even go fast on, highly suggest the Evox Dragster. They're about $14.99. Shipped to your door on evox.com. However, I know that right now, today, at the time of this video, they are sold out. Just because everyone knows how sick they are. Yeah, I don't have a promo code for that or anything, but I'll still throw Evox right here in the thing, just because mad kudos to Evox for making a super sweet little mini bike. I love my super sweet little mini bike. Oh man. Ah. I don't know why I went up on the curb to specifically do that. That was retarded. All right. Y'all, this has been a lot of fun to show you guys the different bikes. It's been a lot of fun just to get out and swap from bike to bike to bike without stopping. It's a little bit different to get used to because everything rides a bit different. But man, there's nothing to complain about just riding around different bikes all freaking day long. Ooh, I sure have fell in love with some minis though, guys. Like I was just talking about my buddy Waylon's Razor. And the Dragster is actually my first mini that I have personally owned. That is mine. I mean, we've had the Razor Pocket Mod moped style bike for a while now. And we've been wanting to upgrade it, but we haven't been able to, so it hasn't been like crazy fast or anything like that. But this is my first personal bike and personal mini bike, and I love this little thing. It has a little bit of sentimental value to it, and it can go faster. I just don't have the max speed turned up. It does have a little bit of sentimental value to it because it is my first little mini bike of my own. So I love this thing. I would love to upgrade this thing one day. Unfortunately, the first thing, so actually all I want to do on this is get a throttle and a controller. And I think from there, it'll be fine for a while. I mean, I don't need the big battery or anything like that yet. Just a throttle or just a controller, really. Honestly, just a controller. So any of you guys watching that have upgraded the Evox, let me know. Let me know what the viable options are. Remember, I'm not rich. So that brings me in conclusion to the last bike of the day that I just got on trade. I traded one of my Suron controllers for it. I mean, I still got other controllers. Good controllers. And yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with the trade overall. Sometimes the shitty thing about trading things is you trade stuff because you don't have the money to buy it, but then the stuff you trade for, you need money to like get it to where you want. So then you're kind of just stuck on something for a minute. But it's okay, it'll happen and we'll get it upgraded. Not even upgraded, I just want to get it fully reliable. But we'll go back to the house right now and get that picked up. I'm sure you guys don't want to make this super long ride back to the house with me. I've been cutting it out every time just because I'm trying to stay down here in one neighborhood and commuting back and forth on these bikes. As you can see probably throughout the length of the entire day of this video, the skies have been getting blacker. We got one more bike to get right now. So let's crank the max speed up on the Dragster and get to cooking so we can go grab the other bike. Okay, so last but definitely not least, actually in this video it is going to be least, is my new little Razor. New to me little Razor. Let me explain that. This little thing, be 100% honest, is a little hunk of junk. But that's what is fun about Razors, is you can turn them from little hunks of junk to little itty bitty masterpieces really, really fast. Well, not really fast because wait times on stuff kind of suck, but fairly easy, let me say that much. And man, so the reason I'm kind of at a loss for words is just because I'm really, really, really excited right now that I'm on a little Razor. I've been wanting one really, really bad. Like I said in my video, I'm not rich, so it's not something I could just go out and buy. I really wanted a built Razor, but again, can't just go out and buy one. So I made a trade and got this one and some little frames and other stuff. And I'm slowly gonna start building my little Razor up. It is, like I said, a hunk of junk right now. I mean, look, but it's a hunk. So we got a hunk, and now we're gonna build it into something hopefully spectacular one day. I highly suggest looking into building yourself a razor, or getting into the razor scene, at least looking it up a little bit. There's so many different ways to mod these little things. People are doing some really cool things with them, and one of the coolest parts is you can get the family involved. You can get something that you and your kid can put together, and you don't have to have an insane amount of knowledge or background in building things to put one together. I know a lot of the Electro and Co kits are just 100% plug and play. And there are other options out there on the internet that are fairly easy to get together and put in. So thank y'all for watching the video. I am gonna slowly creep this little thing back home because I shouldn't even have brought it out. Just because I got it going. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go for a ride on it. Nope, it's not the thing to be out on right now. I got some electrical things going on that I definitely need to get fixed before I bring this thing back out. I have no idea how to do any of that, but I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna figure it out. This thing is gonna be one heck of a process, but I am gonna film the entire process, and hopefully I'll have this bike ready by either Electrify Show Off or the Las Vegas Suron Mega Ride. I appreciate everyone for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more electric, EPV, PEV, one wheel, EUC, e-bike, e-moto. If you want to see more content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, show some freaking love. I love y'all. Till next Wednesday, peace.